What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Kevin's Corner, where I try to make sense out of nonsense. For example, why is Antifa running around acting a complete fool like a dog that's been let off its leash? And that's exactly what they are. See, that's what happens when the liberals and the Democrats use partisan politics, when they create this fake narrative that our country is divided and Donald Trump is this big fascist that's about to take over and just run us like a dictator and talking about some Heil Hitler and all of that stuff, and created this angry mob that they didn't speak out against and still haven't spoke out against, and in fact encourage this type of behavior when they say things like they just a peaceful protest group. Where are all the people coming out condemning them? I need to see CNN and all the other boys and girls and the liberal media start saying things like, hey, this group need to stop. Did you see what happened at Berkeley? It was pathetic. And what has happened is the media and the Democrats, by tolerating them, turning a deaf ear, looking to the away like, I don't see anything that's going on. No, what are you talking about? They're tearing up stuff. Because they did this, it's like they let their dog off the leash to create all of this havoc in our society, and it's out of control, and now they can't put them back on. And what really makes me mad is that when I look at Antifa, these guys are punks. I mean, it is amazing how they attack innocent people like an angry mob. They're like hyenas. See, what hyenas do, they know they can't beat a lion one-on-one. So they create chaos. And what they do is they isolate one of the lions and then they jump them. But to face a lion one-on-one, they won't do that. And when I look at Antifa, these are young boys, young punks, that's what I call them, running around in costumes, Michael Myers mask, hockey mask, ski mask, whatever they wear, looking like ninjas, looking like vigilantes, and jumping on people, spraying them, and they can't even fight. You see them and waiting until people turn their back and hitting them, and nobody's speaking out against this. And the police just sitting back like, why do you think that is? Huh? You think it is because they just don't want to do their job, or could it be something else? Could it be that the police don't really want to snag up one of these dudes? Somebody seriously hurt somebody, they snag them up, then they're sitting inside of a jail cell and starts to blow the whistle about what's really going on with Antifa. When they start saying things like, look, man, we've been paid to do this. Look, man, this whole thing has been put together by somebody greater than us. Yeah, so the police just turn a deaf ear, or either above the police are telling them, stand down, don't do nothing, let this go. And it's about time where either somebody do something or somebody's going to get seriously hurt. When I watched the video of what went on in California at Berkeley, I was thinking to myself, boy, I wish I was in that crowd. See, and that's the problem. When Antifa attacks someone and that person retaliates, the first thing they do is try to blame the victim. I know what they would do. If those people at Berkeley would have started fighting back, they'd have said, well, they were protesting against anti-Semitism, and they were protesting against the skinheads and against the KKK, and those people fighting back were a part of that. But what messed up this argument is those people refused to fight back, and they couldn't create the false narrative that everybody that Antifa is attacking are against our government, or they're dictators, or they're racists and stuff like that. I wonder what Antifa would do if all of the black Trump supporters did a march, or they went out and had a peaceful protest about freedom of speech. You think they'd come down there messing with the brothers? Huh? Nah, I doubt it. If they so tough, why don't they go up in the hood somewhere, you know, and pick real fights? These guys are weasels, man, and it just makes me so mad. I almost want to form an anti-antifa group. A group just designed just to go out and meet up wherever they meet up and whoop their tails and see how they like it. But it's a shame that our government is not doing anything about it, and they need to be listed as a domestic terrorist group because they have been used for political reasons to create this false narrative. that we are in such disarray here in America that people are just resorting to vigilante tactics and so on and so forth. And what the media and the Democratic Party is going to do by ignoring this issue is they're going to run the risk of letting these guys get out of hand and used to getting away with violence. I can't even believe the fact that when a group of them show up with masks on and weapons, they should be arrested immediately. Immediately. What are you doing? You can't just come up in here with a full ski mask on and a baseball bat. Think about this. If I walked into say, a bank with a full ski mask on in the summer and a baseball bat in my hand, what do you think they're going to assume? You think they're going to say, oh, he's coming for peace. He's coming in just to take out a loan. No, I'm probably going to be coming in there to do some violence. And yet you have them excusing what they did when they went down there to Charlottesville and started a fight with, of course, the garbage KKK and Nazis and so on and so forth. They're garbage too. But you know what Antifa is about. They've been doing this for how many months now? And so, you know, when they went down there, that escalated because they wanted it to escalate. And when Donald Trump called it out, the media took up for Antifa and tried to make it seem like they were just simply coming down there to peacefully protest, and then all of a sudden it turned violent. No, they don't go with the intent of being peaceful and just being prepared for things to turn violent. They go to create violence. And the sooner we accept that as the government, and the sooner we accept it as society, and as soon as the liberal media stop pacifying them with soft terms, like just a peaceful protest group that sometimes have rough tactics. When they stop doing that stuff, the sooner, the better we'll be. You know, call it for what it is. They are a vigilante group that's been given their indirect green light to act a fool by the media and by the Democrats in efforts to get back at Donald Trump and try to paint this country as it is in disarray because of Donald Trump's beliefs, tactics, and policies. And that is not the case. They are creating the problem so that they can solve the problem. And that's what the Democrats are about. They are all about saying, you know what, let's do this. It's like the big medical industry that says, let's create a disease, then we're going to come out with the pill and we'll make lots of money. And so what the Democrats do, and people don't see it yet, they tolerate these type of groups. They even sometimes encourage these type of groups. And then when it acts up and they tear up something, somebody gets hurt and this and that, then they blame, of course, the other side because of their rhetoric and their intolerances. That's why. But we're coming to give a solution about peace and justice and friendship and daisies and ice cream and singing Kumbaya because we're all one big family. That's what they're about. And what they really hate about Donald Trump is about law and order. When he has policies, they focus on law and order. When the Democrats speak out against something, it's on social justice. It's always about the victim. And that's what they major in. They major in being the victim and telling everybody else that you are a victim. And that is how they base their whole political strategy. It is, let me tell everybody of how oppressed and how much of a victim they are so we can get them all in their feelings. And then when it's voting time, we'll go, don't vote for those other people who are focused on law and order. Focus on the ones that are simply saying that we're here for you. Rest your head on our shoulder and tell us about how bad you feel on the inside when people say some bad things and stuff. And then we'll pass policies to coddle you. Okay? That's what they get you to focus on. So, Antifa and the rest of those softcore cats running around with masks on that have no courage, take your mask off. That's what I mean, if you real hardcore, face people like real men and women, take your mask off. If what you're doing is legit and you're a legitimate protester, take your mask off and do the stuff that y'all been doing. You ain't gonna do that. So, guys, we got to do something about them. Hey, write your senators, write whomever to get them to be listed as a domestic terrorist group, or else they're going to wake up and this is going to become a major problem. The other option is send them to the hood. Yeah, since he's supposed to be so tough, send them to the hood. Or how about all the brothers? The brothers, let's get together and form our rally. See if Antifa's short for that. See those eyes? Anti-Antifa.